Alors non, c'est pas le marathon, c'est un autre, il y en a 3. Parce qu'il y aura les deux de FCS 2,5 plus celui-là. Hello people! Okay, so I'm close to where I left yesterday. I think I'm going to try to play some arrows today. I kind of gave up because I had to redo the whole thing. Submission. Okay, so here my complaint was, I mean, nothing's going on in the music, but still there are very difficult patterns, so I'm going to simplify everything. Starting from here, measure 392 until, oh, so I think here I'll check if it's my turn to step or not, here. So which leaves me with maybe 100 measures to review before I actually try to step something, maybe. You see here there's 2 candles and why? Why? Okay. So here I'm just alternating between left and right. Kind of standard, nothing really going on. I'm going to highlight the hi-hat here. Then again, to be coherent, you have to put a candle every time the hi-hat hits. Okay, so here I'm alternating between left and right, and you see it's almost the same pattern. It's a bit weird to play on foot, but here you have specific sound that is changing pitch every red note, so I have to change side on every red note, and I think it does make sense to make it like that. Here I put a candle here because and alright. Here I still want to continue with switching sides, but I want to change the pattern because it gets boring after a while. The hi-hat is happening here. In the meantime, the section where I switch sides. Maybe reflecting on what I've done before. So this is not conveniently placed, so why not earlier should be fine. This side. Sound is getting harsher here, so I might put extra difficult patterns here, like yeah. I mean, I'm supposed to make things a bit harder from now on, but not like that. Or I take that and we do that. Here I just switch sides, so I take that, cut it, mirror it, and then everything's balanced again. But you see, it doesn't really follow the music, so I think I'm going to scrap that. Yeah, I do not like that. But here, I mean, the patterns are going to be more difficult just by following the logic I had before, which is putting the hi-hats candle at every hi-hat. Which will make everything more, everything easier from now on. Because I could go crazy right here, putting double staircase and such. Maybe I'll do that. Here I cheated a bit because you know what I said yesterday about cheating with left and right so as to make delay certain patterns or not. It can be inconvenient because sometimes I end up with boxes on left or right, and while it's not really annoying, you may want to leave them out. Just make a left right like that, because the pattern before was this. So you have a box on left right, and I mean, while I do not dislike that, it's maybe more fitting that you leave them out unless they're necessary. Yeah, I can go again with the left-right thing, now that the voice is coming back. Here. I can go with some more crazy shit. I'm going to actually try to follow the screeching sound behind the music. Because this is not bad. I mean, if I do that, God, not that, like this. Maybe leaving out this because there is double candle here. And here I can copy paste it 2 times because the sound actually doesn't change. So I take that, paste it here, swap side, and then it's annoying because you know, mirroring things, sometimes you notice that there is something bad going on, because to me I'm more I recognize more the patterns where they are turned to the right. Hello, Mr. Rust. What I was saying was I'm more used to see the patterns when they are turning when they are turned to the right, and when they are turned to the left sometimes I miss some details. You see, this part is exactly the same thing as this essentially. So what's bothering me is that there is a repeated movement here that doesn't make any sense, so I'm just going to try to switch it. And I mean, I could put a candle because there is that that hi-hat sound, so I can do that. And you see, I could do that. I could do that for the second pattern, like here. I can do that. And then change that a bit so it doesn't repeat. Here, if the bass drum was straight up full volume during the full measure, I would leave it like that. But as the sound decreases during the drum roll, I may make this more easy at the end. And you see, it's not really like when you see it in the chart, it's not actually. It doesn't grab your attention as much. Because see, I'm going to try to like show you if I keep it straight like that. I mean, you see the sound is changing, but the patterns are not, so it may be annoying for some people. And it's more fair because a spiral is a pattern that you don't want to see everywhere because it's difficult. I mean, a major example of this is some file from Crispy Liquid. I think it's Liquid Arena, maybe? No, it's Burning Arena, I think. It's the easiest 17 in the whole pack, and it's like so easy until there is like a bullshit part with 16 measures of straight spirals like this. It goes on and on and on forever, and it really affects my enjoyment of the file, because otherwise the file is fine. There's just that part that prevents me from playing it again, because it's terrible. So you may want to minimize difficult patterning so as to get people playing your files. The more difficult they are, the less people are likely to play them like on purpose on a casual session. It can be your objective, like Ian does, write some pretty difficult patterns every time, so and people play his files still because they are so well written. But I mean, from the likes of what I've seen from him recently, Vegan Dudes on Barbecue, everything that is in Masochism Part 1, I guess, is fighting so hard. I don't want to like play them on foot because it's so brutal. So yeah, Also from when you are used to seeing patterns, you can see this is entirely turned to the left, so you can get you are able to like see some details more quickly if you are used to stepping a lot, which I'm not, by the way. Okay, so this is the part where it speeds up. Also, don't hesitate in chat if you have some questions, because I do feel lonely when I don't get any message from you guys. I think this should be turned right. This is not good. You don't want to do that. In theory, it should be fine at any BPM, but it's like 196 or 5, so you don't want to do that. Maybe I just put a roll instead. Ooh. And on top of that, the roll isn't even beginning like where I did put it, like here. It began later, at 1 beat later. So what I'm doing, maybe it's going to be a series if I receive enough input material. Here it's just convenient because I mean, I do enjoy streaming. So for me, it does not bother me to explain the thought process between a file. And to me, it's good also because later, when I be stepping other things, I could go back to this point in time by viewing the video and see what I was thinking when I was stepping charts. So to me it's just convenient to stream it because it makes me explain why I'm choosing certain patterns over other ones, and sometimes just saying it is making you realize it's bad. But yeah, I think I'll do more reviews in the future because there are some people in France that are in need of such reviews. And also I've noticed that when you send people to review your stuff, I mean, usually I send everything I got to Brian, and he plays them on his machine. But I've noticed that the harder it is, the more difficult it will be for you to get proper feedback, because his is only going to be like, is it correct? Is it hard? Is it consistent? Is the music good? And I mean, I'm not as elitist as some people can be, but I take a closer look at patterns than he does. Yes, it is. Yes, it is Crusher Pants. So yeah, usually I send everything to him, and yeah. One example was high neck scales. I sent it to him, and he was like, "What the fuck? It's so hard," and people loved it. So he didn't look at how it was stepped and if the music was good. He just said it was hard, and that was all the feedback I had. And I'm sending beta version of SteppingStreamz to lots of people, but I don't get the feedback that detailed unless I send everything to Chino, and he does review everything from start to finish. So I feel when some people want to get some reviews, maybe I can do something for them, because now I know how to do it. I can kinda know how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to put a roll here and here, I think like that, maybe. Maybe just like that. Okay, maybe like that. Maybe not like that, because it would trigger way off if you try to step it twice. So maybe this way. Also this is left facing, so I have to go the other way. Yeah, SimFile Showcase is not so good either, because people don't have the time to review the file. Usually in SimFile Showcase I just look at it, and if I'm indifferent to it, I'm not going to say anything. Like if I don't like the music, or if there is if the file is like subpar or something. But when it catches my interest, I usually say things. Okay, so this is wrong. You can do that. Okay, nice. So now you see I'm stuck with a double step here. So I want to mirror the whole thing, but the less thing I can, and just after a jump you can mirror things, because the jump basically resets the position of your feet, because you're stepping on the two at the same time, so you can start on either one. It's better though to make it continue not on the foot that was before. Like here, step before was a left one, so step after should be a right one. But you can compromise. You can compromise with this. You can just put it left or right, whatever. It does work. Okay, so this is also wrong, but this is overstep. This is not necessary, but I put it because if I don't put it here, it will mess with the rest of the file. Unless I do the same thing later, I don't want to do that. So I don't understand why it's here. Okay, it's alright. So you hear I've overstepped it twice, so it makes sense. Remember, you don't have to like be exact, you have to be coherent, and that's it. Because if you're not creative, like if you do not have like really interesting patterning, at least if it's consistent, it can get like good grades from the stamina guys, because it's consistent. Making consistent mistakes is easy to fix, but it's hilarious. Here the rhythm is not like that. I think it's more like that. Maybe it's like that. I can put it like that. I'll see later. I'll write it down later on my paper to check the rhythm, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure on which note it is, and I don't have the time to look for it. Also, look at where your breaks, how their steps, because some variation in them can be interesting. Just like here, there's like a double step, unintentional, like jack on the same foot.
Boss line.
So here I might want to do hard patterns, but I have to make them consistent. notes. So this has to be mirrored at some point, because this is not right. It should be here. This is bad. Can you do that? Nah, I cannot. Cannot, because it's going to be spiral and won't want that. Okay, so I don't know why it's here. But I mean, the idea is interesting. Yeah, it's the last one. It's the last one before release, because it's a year-old file that I was working on at some point when I was just starting to get the grasp of how to make streams. It was last year. Maybe it was like 2 or 3 months later that Stamina Showcase happened. And if you do remember my Stamina Showcase file, Jan gave lots of love for it, and I got pitiful grades from Sam and Chino on this, and now I can understand why, but I can also understand why Ian gave it such a good grade. But now I don't write stuff like that anymore, because it was very, very creative, but also very awkward. So now I try to like step more straightforward stuff, still with good ideas, but more straightforward. So yeah, this is the last one, and when it's finished, Baguette Stream is likely to drop very soon after. So I might say that if everyone's on time, I might release for 14th of July. 14th of July is the National Day for France. Last year, 14th July, Omelette du Fromage dropped. But this year we decided not to make a second one, because people weren't motivated enough to give us more charts. So I just continued SteppingStreamz on my side, and I ended up with lots of files that were used for ECS5, ECS 5.5, and at some point I had even a song list about what I was wanting to step for this pack, and I ended up trashing most of it because it was really bad. But now I just want to move on with other projects, because I have a French Coast Stamina free to prepare. I'm participating in a community pack with some people from the East Coast Stamina. And I want to do some other pack just after that, which will be revealed maybe in the future. So I'm like very, very busy, and I want to finish this as soon as possible. FCS3 is not like happening anytime soon. I'm really thinking about how I can go better or different, or maybe more consistent, or maybe like just better, and it's on my mind, and I'm starting to gather music for it, but nothing really has happened because this year I think there will be more content, but maybe not everything will be made by me. I don't know, we'll see. Here I'm balancing because you see the candles here were left foot, so I have to go right foot maybe. Oh, this is awkward. I mean, I can, yeah, I'm kinda stuck. Because like, what I could do is this. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, but then I have to change the whole thing. It does not make any sense, so I remove that. And did you not like have a stream pack going on at some point? Because I remember you posted some previews, if I remember correctly. Okay, so this is awkward also. Nah, does not happen at the right time. I'm just going for that. Nah, that's good. Not that good. No, it's not good either. So like I'm really fixing it quickly now. Because I want to move on. I said maybe I did remember that you had a streams pack going on, right? Because you posted some previews online. I don't know where, I don't recall, but yeah, you posted some previews if I remember correctly. How is it going now? Now same here, I'm going to put an extra note so I can mirror the whole thing just like I said before. Bam! Here the holes are too long. Nice! So I might... I can even leave out the hole like I did here, maybe. It could be better. Just do it like that. Because remember, every time you put holes in streams, you have to be very careful not to make them too large. So usually it's something I'm trying to do now. If there's a particular sign I want to highlight in a stream, I just put, like I switch to 64th, then put a very, 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 very tiny one, so people can get a grasp of what is going on. I did that most recently. There was a drum roll that was going forever, and then the song came back in without any breaks, so there wasn't any like pointers for you to see that the song was resuming. So usually what I do is put a 64th hold here just to tell people, hey, listen, something is happening. Here it's a bit awkward because stream ends on left and comebacks on left, so I'll change that. And here's the same thing, so I'm lucky. I just have to swap sides and it's going to be okay. Okay, so here it's actually not the same thing, so that's great. And oddly enough, look at here, I didn't touch anything and the pattern became suddenly so easy. I don't know. Oh right, from what I gathered, you have like a Texas Toast marathon going on. Don't hesitate if you want me to review it someday, because I'm interested. Is it very long? Because if it's long, I'm going to show you something. 50 minutes. So okay, just wait a second here. I'm going to find something for you, because I think it should be really interesting for you. This may take a while. Like I might take maybe a minute or two to find the actual file. Because I don't know if you're using it, but for us, the best tool we found to work together was Google Drive, and we developed specific skills with Google Drive, and I kind of like to organize everything with that. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second here. I just found out what I was looking for. Nice. So I'm assuming you're stepping a mixtape, right? Because 15 minutes a single song, yeah, that's a bit sketchy. All right, it's that one. Okay, so look at this. It's very interesting because here we have a spreadsheet with the two people actually writing the file, and also useful metrics. Usually what I do is make the complete song list, then make an order of people stepping it. Like I was first because I mixed the whole marathon, and then Stripe was second. So first I pick a song, the song I most like in it. I think I picked this one, Modus Operandi. And then he picked another song, which I think was this one. Then I proceed to pick another one, and another one, and etc. So everybody gets to step something that they like. Alright, then I put a song and maybe also artist so as to get people listening to the songs on their own. Then I put the BPM right next to it so as to get an idea. How much length is it? And then at the end, usually it's not here, but I make a recap of how much seconds people are going to step. The status of the file, which is obviously outdated here. Is it synced or not? And this one is irrelevant. These one are irrelevant. But basically, you each take a turn to pick the part that you like. So in the end, you get to step part that are really hyping you, so you get more motivation to finish the file quickly. So I advise to go on and do that if it's not done yet, because in this way people will get more interested stepping your stuff, because they will do parts they like actually. All right. So here you see I'm through this song, Lost Lights. Then I hope he did this one, which I assume he did not. And if he did not do this one, I'm going to go through every second that I stepped and go on to step Modus Operandi. Okay. Nah, don't stop making files, people, because other people are making files. Basically, if you ask Nav did make a whole full pack of dark psytrance. I don't think he had Scrapyard Kent in mind when stepping this one. I think he just did go like, yeah, I'm just doing it because I like it. So do your trance mix, do it as best as you can. Don't hesitate to like take a look at what I did in my own file, because I think there are some parts that are pretty good. I watched people play it, and I totally forgot about it before seeing it again. And I was very surprised because I found that everything was pretty good. I was pretty impressed. So don't hesitate to take notice, like copy, cheat, whatever. But if you find it to be like to give you inspiration, just look at it, study it, try to do what you like or better if you can, and then release the whole thing. Also, a piece of advice: trance is very repetitive, and you can use it to your advantage. Yes, Trance Maniacs is released with Baguette stream, so likely July 14th. Or earlier, if I can, if I can kick people, but so as to get there far already. It's going to be released bundled with the other FES 2.5 marathon, which is Enjoy the Flights, and this one is the last one. So people have things to play. I think this is the boss file, by the way, because I don't think there is something harder than this. Only thing remotely close is Only Love, which will be included in this pack, and I don't think. I think it's a mid 19 maybe. I don't really know. People do not know because it's brutal. But this one is certainly going to be a 20 at least. Okay, so back to the file. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that because, look, you have to change speed 2 times. You have to get your feet to move faster because there is some purple notes here, and then slower because there is some 16s right after. So just don't do that. Ah, don't do that also. Up-down boxes in purple are not good. Also sorry because I'm doing my laundry in my own house, so it's getting pretty noisy. Alright, so I have to go and change that. So what I advise in this case is putting easy foot speed instead, because you can just slide your feet slightly faster. Yeah, that's not right because it's turned to the wrong side. So yeah, don't hesitate to take an example of what already exists. And I did that because I had to find files fitting for a marathon that were not that hard. Is your marathon 140 BPM also? Ah. Don't do that. Is it going to be a 16 or 15? Are you being generous with the brakes or? Oh, nice. 16 at 138 is going to be difficult if there is any brakes because Trance Maniacs is very long. It's 140, and I don't believe it's a 16. Yeah, I won't complain too because Entrance was rated 16 in ECS 4.5, and Trance Maniacs has more steps and is shorter, so I don't know. This is out of place. Okay, nice. Entrance was a pretty good mix. I mean, song list was pretty good. So here what I'm doing is basically casually turning a string from left to right so as to get some kind of alternating patterns, alternative side. This song is glorious. I really like it.
I do.
Like it.
There must be a better place somewhere.
This was one of the best releases of last year. Because I used to DJ that style a lot during parties. I was always the one doing the bad guy at the end of the night. I was playing things like that.
So I don't believe there's a better world than this one. I think this is the only one we got. It's full of lost life.
I accidentally pressed N. Yay! So I'm lucky because this part is really easy. It's the first major break in the song, I guess. Here that does not make any sense whatsoever. What I'm going to do is that. It does not make any sense because I could have done it. I cannot. It does not make any sense. Anyway, I'm going to search for the other one where it goes like that. Here there's an extra note so I can mirror the whole thing. I mean, people can complain that this is musically very like basic. I don't agree with that. I tried to make such music sometime, and I could not because it's so difficult to actually make good songs. Okay, so here's candle wasn't. Okay, so this is good. Okay, I can do that. I cannot. No! Yes, it does. What I was saying when picking this to be stepped was like, people can endure Last Trip for more than 30 minutes. I played the file twice and the music is so trash. I hate it. I hate every part of it. There's like a 1 minute section where there is actually music when it's good. The other is complete trash. I hate it. So I was saying, if people are willing to go to play Last Trip, why not play this instead? Because it's actually musically better for me. At least. Ooh, don't do that. Or do it that way. This is so good. Okay, so this is wrong because it doesn't switch. I can get the next round going here, so I guess here. can do it also here. So mirror. Okay, so here it's interesting because when I go down the file, there's suddenly less and less things to redo, because as we progress, we get more and more experience. How long is this? It's 33 minutes. I'm going to select. We're at 864 here. Sync is not done yet, but I try to go down as much as I can where there is actually music. I think it's around 1800. Yeah, this is getting pretty fast here. Incoming nightmare sync here. Like in just a few moments it will be a nightmare, like here. You can hear how it accelerates, and I have no idea how I'm going to sync it. And you see it's getting pretty fast!
This is the remix.
This is going to be hard, for sure. The end is going to be brutal. Because, can you guess it? It goes faster. Here it ends right here, so it's almost 200 seconds. So there's still lots of stepping to do. So I hope I'm going to get through that quickly. I'm going to stream the whole thing, I think. This is very fast. This is like maybe it's 230, I guess, or 240. But anyway, I have control over this part, so if when I reach it, I think it's too fast, I can go in my song editor and get it to go slower, because I don't want this file to be like impossible because of the last minute. Would be a shame. So I'll see. I'll judge if it is necessary to slow down the song. So I mean, last step should be around here. That's 1060, yeah, 640. Oh, I'm sorry, the link didn't get through. Just add a space so it's not recognized as a link. I prevented linking stuff in here because oh, Chino does that a lot as well. Yeah, I guess. So also this is incorrect because the song speeds up. So I may be closer to 1800 maybe, which is basically the same measure count as Enjoy the Flight was, which was 1 it was like maybe 1850 or something, but we'll see. And you see I'm only at measure 800, so but I'm way faster than before, so I'm going to like get a lot done. Okay, so you'll see this is okay. So there is a song here, underground funk, and yeah, here it's my part now. So I think I fixed that. So hopefully I'm going to get some more stepping done today. This is also a great song. I think it's one of the best songs that was released this year. It was released in 2013 or 12. I really love it. And here you see there is a special movement here. You see there's a repeating candles, but not on the on the same foot. So I just try to mirror it vertically so I can get the candles I want. Which are those? Because you see there's it's like I said yesterday, the cycle of 4 candles. It's here you got one, here you got a second. So this one is left foot goes down, this one is left foot goes up, and the other one has left foot go up and left foot. Oh god, that's not right. Yes, yeah. Okay, so this one is like that, like that, like that. And I should go make it go the other way. Like this. Okay, so that's fine. So now I have all 4 different candles in a row, so it's balanced between the 4 movements, so it's good. And I can continue.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
Notice how better I was here than before. Here I was actually thinking about switching sides because there is one side to the left, one burst to the left, one burst to the right, and the left and the right here. So it makes sense and it's good.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
And here, same problem as last time, cannot not balance, so I put that like that. Here it may be a bit too left focus.
Every minute, every second. Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
It's actually pretty good. I'm surprised. I have almost nothing to change. Unless maybe this part, which I think I can overstep.
Every second.
Look at that. I'm going to follow the voice here.
Every second.
So the guy goes every second. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that this sample, the every second, every minute, is from a Kendrick Lamar album.
Every second,
every minute.
every second, every minute, man, I swear.
I think that you can get it. I'm going to step it as an anchor. Like this way, maybe.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
Yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good enough. Maybe not with the candle before, but yeah, I mean it's good. It's pretty good. Like that. And I will have no mercy and overstep the whole thing.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear. swear that she can get it. Every second, every minute, man, I swear.
And also, yeah, it's from a Kendrick Lamar album, but on the album, maybe it's a sample of another song, I don't know, but it's the same sample. In the Kendrick Lamar record, it's pitched so low comparing to this. Maybe it's the same sample coming from the same record, but I don't know which one. But they use the same, and that's very interesting because hip hop and hardcore are pretty connected to each other. If you like wander into the roots of the genre, like the old school gabber days, people were using lots of hip hop samples, and it was very popular, and I like that. And that got me into hip hop later on. This is good, but this is bad. Like, don't put 5 arrow streams like that. I don't know why, but I always find it visually unappealing when it's like that. I just prefer to do it like that. I mean, I don't know why, but every time I see that, if it's not left, right, like if it's not that, I'm a bit skeptical. So I tend to use standard boxes for this this kind of sounds. You see, same. I could overstep the entirety of this. I decided not to. Ah! No! Okay, so actually I think, it's stepping time soon.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Every minute, every second.
I should change that. Okay. Don't start by an up arrow. Never, ever. Don't start by an up arrow. It's bad, and you should know it. And also, this is a double step.
Every minute, every second. Every minute.
I may want to change that into that. Like that.
Every minute.
This is good.
Every second. Man, I swear that she can get it.
Yeah, I can finally step something. Yay! I'm going to go ahead and try to step a few measures right after. Also, I'm going to change that because, like I said before, it's visually unappealing for me. Okay, so now I can actually step something. So I finished the review, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. And I think it only is going to get better we progress through this song.